Welcome to a brand new program called A Day in the Life of. This is where we take on different occupations around St. Vincent and the Grenadines. A lot of the times we see workers going about their jobs and we do not give them enough credit. We do not know what happens behind the scenes. So today we will be taking on the role of an ECGC worker, more so in the rice mill. Yes, so before we dive into the program, we must of course go into our training and the safety tips that are necessary. And ECGC, I must commend them. They are definitely a company that are big on safety. As you know that they operate some giant machinery and the workers daily are in basically danger if they do not adhere to the proper safety procedures.
Welcome to ECGC. I am Mrs. Samantha Lugie-Charles. I'm the Health and Safety Coordinator, Health, Safety and Environment Coordinator. And you are Mr. Palmer and you are Mr. Rodriguez. All right. First time to ECGC? First time on compound?
No.
Okay, been here before?
Yes.
In what capacity?
As a visitor, I'd like to come again.
All right then, no problem. All right, so welcome. All right, you would have gone through your HR orientation. And part of your orientation is the safety orientation. As part of ECGC's policies, company policy, really that new employees all undergo safety orientation. And the whole idea of this safety orientation is to get you up to speed or to inform you, right, of some hazards that you may be exposed to on the job. Right, to let you know the company's commitment to providing a safe and healthy working environment and what are your responsibilities as an employee, right, as it relates to health and safety. All right, so the first thing to do is tell a supervisor, follow safety procedures. All right, so we actually have procedures in place to deal with emergencies. Actually, what we are doing now, we are currently in the process of implementing a safety management system based on the OSAP 2001 standard. And under that management system, you have several procedures, right, to which every employee has to know, all right? Keeping the work area safe could also mean reporting any observed hazards. And it's actually a requirement, right, of the company, a requirement of the company that persons report any and all observed hazards. Is also a legal requirement according to the newly enacted OSH Act 2017. Have you heard of it? The Occupational Safety and Health Act of 2017? Okay. The government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines in 2017 enacted the Occupational Safety and Health Act. All right? And the whole idea, you should look it up. You can actually get a copy. And the print there is cost $40. So you can actually get a copy. All right? And the whole idea of this act is to reduce the number of incidents and accidents in the workplace. Right? And to do that, you would have to provide some regulation, and the legislation is a way of getting that together. All right? Substituting. So there's a process used to control hazards that is called the hierarchy of control. All right? Whenever you identify a hazard, the first thing that you want to do is eliminate the hazard. In a lot of cases, the hazard cannot be eliminated, so you look at the next step, which would be substitution. Is there another way? Can the job be done another way? All right, does this piece of equipment have to be here? Does this have to be here? Is there somewhere else it can go and does not expose persons to injury?
Starting as the St. Vincent Flour Mills, the East Caribbean Flour Mills was established in 1977, born of a partnership between Sir Philip Vera, the Vincentian government at the time, and Mr. Rudolph Baines, the local agent at the time for Canadian company Maple Leaf Mills, who was the distributor of Purity and Nelson Baker's flour. As a result of the Caribbean Community Agreement, St. Vincent and the Grenadines was exclusively allocated flour production for the OECS, which was protected under Article 56, now 164 of the Revised Act of the Treaty of Chaguaramas. The article restricted imports from third markets and the larger CARICOM markets, therefore bestowing ECFM the accolade Mill of the Islands. Our premier brand of flour was therefore dubbed Cream of the Islands, and to this day remains our biggest seller. We additionally produce a variety of bakers and specialty flour under the brands Purity, Caragold, and Nelson Easy Bake. As business grew for flour, so did demand for the 100-pound bags that flour was packaged in. In addition, saw increased quantities of the main byproduct of flour, which is mill feed. This resulted in the establishment of a packaging plant, East Caribbean Packaging, ECP, in 1981, and East Caribbean Feeds Limited, ECFL, in 1982. 1988 saw the establishment of East Caribbean Rice Mill, ECRM, and the launch of the umbrella name of the companies as East Caribbean Group of Companies, ECGC, as we know it now. As we were purchasing rice from Guyana, discussions with the Guyanese government ensued and led to the purchase of a rice mill in the town of Anna Regina in 1990. This became the CARICOM Rice Mills. ECGC continued to provide and improve upon its quality output of flour, rice, and feeds, and decided to diversify on its product offerings. On March 11, 2014, ECGC acquired the assets of Bottlers St. Vincent Limited, which shortly became the East Caribbean Bottlers Inc., which manufactures aerated beverages and bottled water under the brand Juicy and the energy drink Village Ram. The East Caribbean Group of Companies, ECGC, remains a stalwart for economic development in not just Vincentian society, but throughout the Caribbean region and diaspora.
Yes, so we're here, the ECGC, Eastern Group of Companies, my first day being a miller, a packer in the rice mill. So we are here at the point where we punching. I just came out of my mobile, you know, hopping into getting ready for the day's busy activities. So I will now step across to where I will be punching in. So I'm already on set for the day's work. So we're now going into the rice mill, where we will see the undertakings of the rice, where the way that they produce it. And please bear in mind, notice, no jewelry beyond this point, so no rings, earrings, so I can't look too fashionable right now, but it's all about the job. Yeah, so we're here at the ECGC rice mill, a day in the life of yours truly, Mosiah. And we have here a senior miller in Miss Bethina Huggins, who I think has done quite a numerous amount of years here. Not sure I'm seeing 20 years of dedicated service on the wall. So now we will introduce the senior miller and of course the lone female miller here in the rice mill, Miss Bethina Huggins.
Okay, hi, good morning. Mosiah, welcome to East Caribbean Rice Mills.
Thank you for having me and my team.
You will.
Yeah, so Bettina, tell me, how does it feel to be the lone female miller here at ECGC?
Let me think about that question. Really and truly, I don't feel that special. The position doesn't feel that special. All I wanted to was to advance in my career at ECGC, and I saw opportunity to go into the production section, and I took the opportunity.
So, seeing that I know that we men, sometimes we don't like to have a woman above us. Has there been any niggling in that?
Too numerous to mention. Yes, But as they say, respect is not, respect is on. So there would have been some instances where persons would have actually come out and say, okay, I've never had a woman as my supervisor, and they didn't know how to deal with it. But so far, everybody has come around to the idea, and we get along very well.
Well, that's good to know. So just you could just give a brief synopsis of what it is to be a senior miller. Okay,
so as a senior miller, you are responsible for the day-to-day operations of the production department. You have to, so on a day-to-day basis, you have to manage staff, the time they get to work, how well they work, how productive they are. You have to make sure that you have product for the customers. So you have to manage your production schedule to make sure that every product is on the floor at the right time and we do not run out of stock.
You're saying a senior miller is quite a demanding
it is.
post. But you're looking quite well, so I don't think it's really
well, I've been here dealing with people for 20-something years, so I'm quite comfortable now with dealing with that.
Fine, thank you so much. Mr. Davey?
Of ECGC, I am the CEO, and I would just like to welcome Mr. Rodriguez to spend the day with us to see what's the life of a day in industrial business.
And I would like to thank Mr. Davey from myself and SVG-TV for having us and making us feel at home. It's really nice already. I hope that you can have us back.
You're welcome. Anytime.
All right.
Take care.
Oh, okay. Yes, sir.
So as you can see, we have a shipment of rice from Guyana aboard this vessel. So what we're going to do is we're going to observe how the rice is being taken off and transported to the rice warehouse.
All right, so let's go. Yes, we are here on the wharf. Remember, this is in the inner life of, and we are dealing with the rice mill. Basically, ECGC is the way that we get the rice. The rice that you get on your table and you put in your pot. We are just going through the phases of how it come into the island and all the different processes in the way that we get the rice here. So Betty, just basically just walk us through.
Okay, so the rice we are receiving today is from, all of our rice comes from CARICOM Rice Mills in Guyana, and that company is ECGC owned. It's being transported by vessel. So we bring in 3 basic types of rice for human consumption, which is the parboiled rice, brown rice, and white rice. We also bring in cracked rice, which is the one that we use for feeding animals. Right? So in a few minutes, we're going to observe what's going on.
So Bettina, tell us about, give us an approximation of how much rice comes to ECGC.
Okay. Every 2 months, we bring in around 700 to 800 metric tons of rice. Each metric ton is like 2,200 pounds of rice. Right? So you have to multiply that by 800 to get how much pounds of rice that we bring.
Well, seeing that I did math since 19 how long, I wouldn't even try and calculate it. But just so you know, that's a whole lot of rice. You understand? And basically, rice is one of the most common things that people prepare with the foods for us to eat. So therefore, ECGC has to do their part in making sure that they have rice for the demands of St. Vincent and the Grenadines and to whoever else that they export to. It has been a while since I've slept. So we just sweeping the rice in the ocean. Feeds up, right. So do you guys throw out a little line and stuff?
Well, mostly when you get a chance, break time and lunchtime, you normally throw line.
Okay, well lunchtime make sure I get all the lines ready because I love fish, so make sure we get some fish. So we're making sure that the area is clean because with rice you could slip, and one of the major things here at ECGC is the safety of the workers and those persons who walk in and around the area. And we don't want no accidents because we know how it is. You need to have production
and productivity. So the less accidents you have, it is better for the workforce and all those involved with ECGC. So at the moment, let me just help my brethren here. He has a big load there. I think I will take over this load and sweep, sweep it in. Make my work a bit easier. Okay, straight in the seat. Okay. Could take on a big dolphin right now. So, yeah, make sure you get the straight drive. Yes. So my fellow walkers are telling me to make sure just straight drive it into the water. You know, make sure. We might see some fish coming up and taking a early morning. We call it brunch. So once rain is present, the rice, hold on, because we don't want the rice wet. You don't know that will be a problem. And that'll be waste of money. But we still ain't see no fish though. But I see them wake up yet, eh?
Persons we have working on the ship, and the shipment is the normal warehouse staff. We will normally pull from different departments like maintenance or feed mill or floor mill according to how much portions they have extra persons. If not, we'll just supplement with some casuals. Casuals are temporary daily paid workers.
Yeah, so right now we're on the wharf. We're still waiting to get the rice off the boat at the moment. But as you see, the rain is coming down on us. And once there's rain, to get the rice off the boat, it has to be put on hold because we don't want the rice being wet and then therefore that will be money going down the drain. Or basically in this case, money going down the sea because it can't come off the boat and you can't do anything if it's wet. So I just notice the guy just standing there. We can't do much. We were just sweeping up the rice off of the wharf, making sure that there's no hazards there because we don't want no accidents. So my friend, how long have you been walking here and taking the rice off the boat and stuff?
Well, most likely I just work maintenance. Okay. But if the boss need assistance, she will call different apartment from where that. Okay. So this is my second boat on the boat. Okay. Most likely means the height man.
Okay. Alright.
My name is Juicy.
Juicy? Yeah. Alright, man. We're Fanta then. So you're Juicy, we're Fanta? Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So basically we see now the hatch being opened where the rice is being stored. So I'll just ask my brethren to just tell us a bit. Yeah. So you was just telling me off camera there with the hatch. So basically the rice is stored underneath that.
Underneath that.
And you were saying they don't open it to a certain time because
the length of time it just take to open the hatch. By the time you open the hatch, we can come back down. It just take about what? You see 10-15 minutes to open the hatch.
Really?
Yeah. Cause here, they must have manually clear with some of the areas. Especially over here. You see how over the looks so? It will take about 20 minutes to open that.
Wow.
The man never have to come hit between the edge. We just call them and seal it.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So I guess that is due to because remember it's traveling on sea and you're in an open area, so anything could happen out there. So you have to make sure that the product is well secured because you need it in great shape basically.
Yeah.
Because if you come here with half of it damaged, then that will be bad for business.
Yep. Plus, if it damaged on the boat, they're paying for it.
They're paying for it?
Yeah.
Okay, so ECGC make sure that they're covering their backside basically.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, of course.
So while I moving them, and while he moving them too, I still have to keep track of them. So I move and even track on them things.
You have to make sure I dip on it.
Yeah. And then I have to come, how much come up. I'm saying, I have to figure out how much come in.
Okay. So basically we now have about 4 or so 1-ton sacks of rice that has just been deposited off the boat. We had a little hold up due to the rain. And my good friend Romano Spencer was telling me that he has to make sure keep track because also he has to make sure that the quality of rice, he has to record also the quality of rice and how much bags of rice are being taken off of the boat. So you were saying that the rice are color coded, basically a string also. I'm not sure if Bettina could probably point out to us the color code on it. I'm not sure where it is.
These ones that doesn't have a color code.
Okay.
So this one doesn't have a color code because what's happening here is that we have some smaller ones.
Oh, so these are the strings. So
we have some smaller bands.
So these are some smaller bags. These are cracked rice. This is basically what I'm interested in for my dogs, you know. so Bettina, yes, you were saying they are not color coded because
Right, because this is not we normally have rice in grades, like number 1 quality, number 2 quality, number 3 quality. But this is not it. This is cracked rice. So I guess we'll see, or when we go back in the plant, we'll be able to see that the bags that are color coded, but these ones isn't.
Okay, so you got that there. These ones are not color coded because this is basically cracked rice. And you know that the ship is bringing a whole, like she said, 3 different types of rice. The parboiled, the brown rice, and the cracked rice.
White rice.
Right, the white rice, sorry. So we now have the truck going on to the scale. That is where they would measure the weight of the bags of the rice. So the driver has to come out, also the conductor has to come out. And it really takes no time. So you see about 5 or so seconds and the driver and the conductor are already back on the truck and moving on now to the warehouse where the rice will be taken off by some forklifts again and stored to be processed. Yeah. Yeah, that was easy. 1, 2, 3. Piece of cake. So you have to make sure that the bags is chopping correctly positioned on the fork, so that you don't have any mishaps on the rice being spilled and thrown out. It looks easy, but you have to make sure that you're on point and you're aware what's going on, so that you don't cause any accidents. No, you don't have to tell me exactly where you want it.
Now they have to make a picture of her. Up on TV?
Yeah. Do the right thing.
Yeah, do the right thing. Over it. Finish on.
Are you, man? Yeah, he's speeding. Rasta trying for out. Rasta, he was still slow, man.
So we was verifying accounts basically. They came up from Guyana in 1 ton stock, but we don't know how much is in it. So we have to check them out. Put them on a pallet, and then we're going to call the accountant and cashier and let them know we have a certain quantity, and then we start selling them. Okay. So right now we have 0 stock.
Okay. Oh, there's
no crack rice.
Okay. And the demand for crack rice is
high. Very high. I guess Vincent are taking very good care of their dogs and goats and sheep and whatever.
Definitely, I mean...
yes, trust me, the demand is very high for crackers.
So, the boat comes, how many times per month?
Every 2 months.
Every 2 months?
Yeah.
And basically, how much crack rice?
Okay, so we've just bought like 8,000 crack rice, and that still lasts for 2 months.
Should?
Yeah. It will. Well, according to demand for the year and last year and so on, it will last for 2 months.
Okay. Alright, nice. So out of these 3 different rices that you guys import or bring in, which one has the highest demand?
The parboiled rice has the highest demand, and well, I mean, the white rice, this is not normally sold locally. That's for overseas market, which is Jamaica. The brown rice is for limited sales locally. The majority of brown rice we also sell to Jamaica. But locally, the parboiled rice is the favorite for everybody. And you look at the invoice, right? And the invoice have some information like, see, it's saying invoice date. So you're gonna look on the invoice and see what date it has been.
July 18th.
Yeah, so you could click on the calendar. July 18th. Click on it. Okay. He's asking for the customer name.
Wendell Jellison.
Right.
So you
So
type
you're gonna
in that.
start typing it and you will see if it come up.
Okay. It doesn't matter if it's in cap, right? Right. So it comes up, so you see
Right,
like
so you
that.
go. So you go.
Container.
It's like a container,
Okay.
so whatever. So you go over to your session, there's a invoice number.
number.
So you look for the invoice number.
A long boy. IN.
You just put in 307. Yeah, and I put in the 0000. So
Oh,
308.
308. 054.
Right. A person doesn't have a vehicle, so you don't have to put in the vehicle number.
Okay.
It's not content, so no still number, no comments, whatever. Right?
What about the transaction person?
No, that's okay. That's the guy who will say the transaction portion is okay. If your name was in the system, you could have just change it, right? So you press add again. And you're gonna go down and put in, so you press add new at the bottom, go down.
Oh, down here.
Right, so you're gonna put in the product number. So you look and see what product is on it. The crack rice 10 kg.
Crack rice 10 kg. So you put in that now.
Drop down, the drop down arrow.
Yeah?
Go straight down to the bottom, so you pull it in straight down. So crack rice 10 kg. Okay, one in quantity, one under quantity.
Yeah?
Just right next to it.
Oh.
You're going so.
Oh,
yeah,
Jesus.
so below, right.
So you put one?
Yes. Because that's one you're gonna deliver, and then there's an invoice quantity, which is you look on the invoice, just there's only one in it.
Just one again.
Right. Crack rice doesn't have a product date code, right? So you click the tick. Right, and you press save up at the top. And then print a gate pass right at the top. Gate pass. Print. Print. Okay. Then come on, just.
Seems easy.
Easy enough there. Alright, so just gonna write in words how much you're gonna, so that is one bale. Anything in kilograms is a bale.
Your pencil, eh?
One pen.
Just
Let us hide pen so.
Oh God. We know it is in a walking away. So total number of units delivered in words?
One bale.
One bale. Time delivered.
Time delivered.
10:29.
Sign, issuing officer sign.
I could send?
It's right there.
You want signature?
Yes, signature, yeah. And deliver. It's going to do the delivery too, so just sign there.
Just sign again?
Yeah. Okay.
That's it?
Yeah.
Well, I just completed my first delivery here at ECGC. Yes, they purchased a one bale basically of crack rice. So they don't need a vehicle for it, so it will be easy pickings. And definitely the process, I consider that I am computer literate, so it didn't come as no headache to me. So it was just knowing where to find what and where to put in the necessary information.
Okay.
be switching on the packing machine for the rice mill. So it's on now, as you could see.
And now then you check for the...
So we're checking for the code date.
Right.
So today is the 18th.
Today is the 18th
of July. Okay, so
put it in back.
ensure that it is correctly installed.
Correctly install and
lock it into place. This is where we basically input all the necessary functions of the packaging to be done.
First, then we go main menu and we press pull bell.
Start the pull bell.
Right, this is for the E. The command. And the pull bell. Spin out.
So you hear the A coming to the system.
Come to the system. That's it.
We go back to menu.
Go back to menu.
Right.
Check pan. Well, we have to make sure the temperature build up to 180.
Okay.
And this one will build up to 140, 160. This one will be
So these are basically for what?
heat.
Heat for the bags?
Yeah, bags.
Okay, so that they could expand.
And seal heat.
Oh, okay.
Back seal heat.
Okay.
Yeah. So this one is for this one. Back seal. And put on here.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I don't make sure the packer working properly.
Okay.
So I don't go
Manual.
So if you jack close and you press jack close,
yeah, it's clenched.
Right. Make sure that everything get nice. Flatten. That is up to you.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. And here it is again. The back menu. The back item. Let me check for the placement. So press that time placement. Placement is the registration of the bag.
Okay.
Yeah, the registration how we make sure it got 10%.
Okay.
Yeah, then go full bag. One. The back menu. Then you start it normally like that.
Okay.
You want to start again or?
Yeah, we could start again. Yeah. Right, so now we see in the process of the rice entering the bags. Right, it's just about 2 pounds or so. Just there about. The crumple up. And paste it on.
This now is the more like the grits. This other top really
Okay. And that's it with the functions of the bag. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going on run now. Run
the packer. Okay.
Run up to back. Check. Back seal.
Back seal.
Keep it properly sealing. Make sure.
And also, right, so it didn't properly seal. So that has to go back over here.
To go back in.
Okay.
Yeah, check and make sure it's properly sealed.
That's what I say. Okay.
Okay, when we don't check on the back seal, check on the end seal.
End seal, okay.
Make sure don't be no rice and pushing out. Properly sealed. Yeah, like that.
Okay.
Right, then do it also. Scale and it. Let you put on the bell and the bell.
Yeah, so we just see Bettina will now be putting on the belt. I guess that would bring up the... So as we see now, the bags are being filled. We had a mini glitch there. So definitely the machine makes you walk also easier on mankind. So yes, we have natural, this is brown rice. I guess this is the healthier rice. This is the healthier rice, right? Yeah? This is the healthier. I don't know Rasta people, I eat a lot, they don't know. Yeah, that's the laughing still. I'm trying to see if this is a 2-pound bag or what. This is what, 2 pounds? Okay, so 800 grams. So it's not quite the 2 pounds. I guess it's about 1.5. How much pounds is it? 2? Almost 2 pounds. So they just cut it a little bit short, but though they got, still get quality, right? So I could put this back on the belt. So, Rasa, how much bags per minute or so that the machine normally fills? Okay, so Rasta is saying that it could go up to 45 bags per minute.
400 grams. 400 grams to go.
Okay. Alright.
800 grams now, if we really need them, we go to 40.
Okay. Yeah, so Rasta is saying now, depends on the demand at the moment. You could increase the amount of time that you want the bag to be filled. So you're saying for the 400 gram, which is the smaller bags, it could go up to 45 bags per minute. And the 800 could be at least 30-35. So all in all, it depends on the demand of the product at the moment. You want it up? So, my brethren coach, tell me exactly what you do as the bags of rice are coming up to you.
So it's the ricotta, right?
So it's the ricotta.
Rice come up and seal the broken.
Okay, so basically your job is to make sure that the seals are not broken and to record. So do you write how much bags are on a paper or sheet or something?
At the end of the day.
At the end of the day? Okay. So if the seal is broken, what do you do?
Straight out.
So straight back out. So would those rice be reprocessed or rebagged? Okay. So basically your job is just to record and make sure that the seals are intact and everything. So the product goes out right. So if there's a mishap, it would be your goose. Right. And we don't want that. Right. To make sure you get a shot of, as you see, these are some of the seals may be a bit broken also, so they're thrown back here to be rerun. And there's a machine, I guess, that will take them up. Yeah. Oh, so even right now again, elevator, you know, easy walk, they go upstairs and they rerun. So the ECGC is making sure that their production is 100%. So nothing goes to waste, basically. So we see we have a decent amount of bales of rice here. I guess they're ready for the forklift to come and pick up. So my brethren, after you seal them off, the forklift would come and where would they go to next? To the delivery area. Okay. So basically you're making sure that everything is properly sealed here so that you won't get any accidents also. Alright. So you have it there. This is the sealer. You're making sure everything stay the way it's supposed to go. So, good day, bro, Mosiah, yes. In the life of right now, there's a program that we're doing, just showcasing the different occupations within St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Your name is?
January Colza.
January Colza. So, I overheard that you're the lab tech or the
Quality assurance technician.
Quality assurance technician. So, just tell us basically what is your job?
Well, my job is to make sure that the quality of the rice is good and make sure that the recorder does his job properly.
Okay. So basically, you are the overseer of my good friend Coates.
Yeah.
Right. So Coates, you gotta make sure that you're on point all the time. Like he's saying, you gotta make sure that your job good. Right. So the quality assurance big technician, as the big man, making sure that the rice is of optimum quality, and he also makes sure that the recorder job is being done efficiently. Right, so all in all, as I said, ECGC, they're making sure that everything goes right. Because you don't see from the introduction and so, we have a lot of safety procedures that we have to go through. And I have my hard hat for my hard head, you know, and all these kind of things. And they give me some fancy covering for my boots to make sure that I ain't get no injuries. As you can check it out. I feel like a big duck in this, but you know, it's all part of the job, and I'm really enjoying it so far. I mean, there's a lot of heat down here, though. How do you guys normally make it?
Well, we normally have fans.
You normally have fans? Yeah. So today they decide that the TV crew is coming down, they turn off all the fans, but it's all good in the hood still. Yo guys, start. What? It's hot like fire, boy.
Check the weight. Let's check the weight.
Okay, so it should register up to.
We check here exactly how the wood size and weight and size.
Okay, so 800 grams, 8 to 6.
Low. Target, the exact target supposed to be
8 to 8. Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, it is within the parameters.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're saying that when you test the weight of the rice, right? There's a reference point here on the belt that shows you it should be, the size should be 800 grams, but this is registering as 804, which is the lowest point that it should be, and the target should really be 808. So it falls within the parameters of what you want to achieve when packing a rice. Okay, the daily operations of a miller, basically, that's what we call it, right?
We don't run the rice, we can't just run the rice. Let's run the rice and down there and come up in the demand.
Okay, so you can just tell us what it entails basically you doing.
Right. Like when the rice come out like them from finishing them down there. Come to the line, go straight up through the sifter, pass through the sifter, clean out everything, just the rice grain again, then you come over into the dim. When you reach here, going to the dim, now you start to pack.
Okay.
Let the rice. That's to pack in the rice.
Okay, so you say the daily operations is a demanding one?
Yeah, yeah.
So the rest for the weary?
The rest of the time, you have to work 24 hours. You make sure people are moving. That's the hustle. Instead of working with yourself, you have to keep busy.
That is true.
Yeah, keep the thing organized in the right way. Because when you're idle, you know, time don't fall.
That is true.
You have to keep the time going, make sure the ball rolling in a proper way.
Right. So you're there from a veteran miller here at the Eastern Caribbean Group of Companies. We're in the rice mill. He said that he has done over 20 years.
20 years and I work feed mill and I work up the.
And he say there's no idling on the job. You always have to make sure that the hustling is on, so therefore the productivity will always be up there. All right. Well, thanks a lot for speaking with us, man. Bless. Yeah. has been quite a demanding day, trust me. And I've definitely come to the end of my shift here at ECGC. I'm going now as a rice mill, as a miller in the rice mill industry. And trust me, it's a lot of sweat and tears. Right now I'm tired, I'm exhausted, all I want is my bed. Yeah.
Yeah, so you've just seen it, the inner life of, I was definitely a miller in the rice factory at the ECGC company. And don't forget to tune in every Saturday at 9 with a repeat on Wednesdays at 9 right here on SVG-TV.